So, I tell you this now. This is so funny. It's Sandish here. I'm gonna be reading an article from PushSquare.com, and this is just absolutely hilarious. Um, Sony had the chance to be. Sony had the chance to, amid all the Nintendo Switch 2 bullshit. Sony was in a prime position to be like, you know what, let's do discounts because that's what you would expect after consoles been out for a good few years, a discount, a price cut. But no, 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 typical. No, no, no. Sony had to be the fucking brain dead arseholes, and they fucking decided to do this. The title of the article is PS5 price increase is announced by Sony immediately affects UK, Europe, and more. Just how fucking stupid this is. I'm gonna get into it now. Sony has confirmed it's once again raising the price of PS5 systems with this latest round of increases affecting the UK, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The price hikes are effective immediately and affect the digital edition of a base PS5 in the UK and Europe, and both the digital and standard versions in Australia and in New Zealand. The new PS5 console prices increase are as follows. Alright, the digital edition will be £430, an increase of £40. In Europe, it'll be €500, an increase of €50. Australia, 750 Australian dollars. New Zealand, 860 in New Zealand. The PS5 standard edition with disc drive in New Zealand will be 830 Australian dollars. In New Zealand, it'll be 950. The PS5 Pro is not impacted by the price increase, and in response to them, Sony is decreasing the price of its PS5 disc drive to 65 £70 in the UK, £80 euro, 125 Australian dollars, and 140 in New Zealand. In the statement issued to the PlayStation blog, the hardware manufacturers said the following: with a backdrop of challenging economic environment, including high inflation and in fluctuating exchange rates, SIE has made the tough decision to raise the recommended retail price of the PlayStation 5 console in select markets in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Sony has increased the price of a PS5 a few different times through the generation at this point, and is actually the second time it's raised the prices of its products in just a few days. The price of all three PS Plus tiers will be raised in 15 Latin American countries, Australia, and Asian nations like Hong Kong, China, and Taiwan. PlayStation players in Australia are especially unlucky right now, as the price of a PS5 console goes up now, and the cost of the system's main service in PS Plus services on Wednesday. Sony warns other countries are not listed above within Europe, the Middle East, and Africa might also be hit with PS5 price increases. Now, I'm going to revert back to Shigeru Yoshida, and he said that Nintendo has lost its identity. Look at this, and look at this. This right now is Sony's identity right now. That they didn't have this identity before. They didn't have this and they didn't have this anti-consumer identity before, and now they've adopted it for the PS5. Because think about it, in the PS4 generation, the base PS4, the PS4 Pro, and even the slim PS4, if I remember correctly, had price cuts, and we have not had that yet for the PS5 at all. And the thing is, people are going to say, "Oh, it's the tariffs, so that it's the tariffs. You could blame Trump for this." Well, explain this to me. Explain to me that the thing is, when the PS5 was released, why was the game price increased to $70, £70, £70, and that's for both physical and digital, and that this is during 2020 when this happened, and also explain to me why the PS5 Pro was it was $700, £700. Explain that to me. Seriously, explain that to me. And this is before the tariffs even happened. This is only happening because Sony is getting greedy, and their profit margins have gotten bigger. That's all it is. It's just pure greed. I don't even think I don't even think the tariffs is that much of an issue, because if it was that much of an issue, then the PS5 Pro wouldn't be the price that it is, and the game PS5 game prices wouldn't be the price, or wouldn't be the £70 $70 price. So the thing is, I find it bullshit, and when people solely blame Trump's tariffs, I don't believe that for a second. And so the thing is, yet again, Yoshida's opinion as far as the Switch 2, he's just it's really proven to be nonsensical, honestly. Now, the bigger question is now, what does Xbox do when it comes to their new console, which is going to come out soon? Because now, my Xbox is now in the unique position of, when they release their console, they can be like, you know what, we're not gonna be as expensive as the PS5, because since PS5 has increased the price on Sony has increased the prices on their consoles, and the ironic thing is, Sony has said they decreased the prices on their disc drives. I honestly find that to be a sick joke, because the thing is, you can rarely find a disk drive, and they haven't made any more disk drives. If they're starting manufacturing more disk drives, then I'll be like, okay, I don't have a problem with that. But it's just honestly a sick joke and a piss take. I honestly think it's a piss take that Sony did that by saying, "Oh, we're going to decrease the price of their disc drive," which they know full well that the thing is, you'll be lucky if you find a disc drive, because obviously on PlayStation Direct you can't find one, and if you do, I mean, how many more are they gonna make? Because as far as I'm aware, they're not gonna make any more. And I honestly think that's a telling that the PS6 is going to be digital. I hope it's not, but but the thing is, it's just so funny that Yoshida was like, "Oh, as Nintendo's lost its identity." No, no, the one who lost its identity the most was Sony when the PS5 generation happened, and I think we can agree that so far, for the most part, and PS5 has been a disappointment, because most of the games which you can get on the PS5 you can get on the PS4. Think about it. And a publisher like Sega, and yeah, look at Sega. Sega, for all their new releases, still bring out PS4 versions. So the thing is, what does that tell you? Anyway, thanks for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe on this video, and if you could follow me in the links in my YouTube bio, I would appreciate it too. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.